Good morning, Darren Daily friends. So this morning, we're going to do something a little different. I was recently interviewed for a special Global Influencers series right here in my office, and there were some really great questions that were asked and answers that I think could really benefit you as well. So in this first clip, I was asked my definition of leadership, and then who were my major leadership influences throughout my coming of age as a leader. I point out those who have served as both examples as well as warnings on how to lead. I'm hoping after you hear the answer that we can prevent you from being anybody's warning testimony. So let's listen in.
I think I would define leadership a lot like Joseph Campbell describes the hero's journey, right? And it goes something like a hero ventures forth from the common day, and the common day being the ordinary life, the herd, doing what everybody else is doing. And you step out of that herd, and you step out in front. And there you are faced with all sorts of challenges. You're taking the headwinds, and you step in the potholes. You have to go through the valley of death, and you grow, and you develop unique skills, unique insights. And this whole journey is to develop the wisdom and now the power to bestow boons on your fellow man, as he would say, or to come back and to teach the way forward to those that are seeking their own hero's journey. And so the actual Greek definition of the word hero is to serve. And I think that's what it is to be a leader, is to serve your fellow team with the experience and the skills that you have developed. So I think a leader is one that is the experience and the wisdom to now bestow those onto those that they are responsible for leading. I think they're there to be a beacon by their example, and also to illuminate the path forward through their casting of the better future, and to imbue that belief that people who feel maybe presently ordinary can truly be extraordinary and make their way to that better future. So those would be some definitions that I would give to the responsibility, really, of leadership. And maybe I should say that I believe leadership is an enormous privilege to know that other people are counting on you and relying on you. It's a huge responsibility. And I think it also has with it the greatest reward. The reward not of title or of money, but of knowing that because you cared, because you stepped in to believe in somebody, that their life is forever changed. The soulful reward to know that you made a positive impact in somebody's life is, I think, what this whole hero's journey is about. To know that you've made a difference, that you mattered, that you mattered to people that matter to you. So I'd have to say, first off, would be my dad. We kind of grew up together, as he would say, because he was only 23 years old when I was born. And he was a young university football coach. All he knew how to parent was how he coached football. And you can learn lessons, I found out, by both example and by warning. And so I learned a lot of leadership from my dad from both sides of that equation. Example is that he was very disciplined, very hardworking, very consistent. And I learned all that sort of grit and do whatever it takes, outwork, outgrind, outstudy, outpractice. No matter how talented or experienced anybody else is, you can still win because you can out-hustle everybody. So I learned that, and that was invaluable. It served me to this day. Warning, particularly from a leadership standpoint, is that my dad had one leadership style, and he was a hard nose, and he challenged you, and if you didn't succeed, he shamed you, and if you succeeded, he praised you. He was tough, and that worked for me. I responded well to that. My sister, who was deathly afraid of some guy taking advantage of her, did everything he could to make her tough. And, it's kind of worked for her, and it kind of was a little bit over the top. My brother, who's 9 years younger than me, didn't work at all. He's a tender heart. And being tough on him and shaming and holding back praise just broke his heart, broke his spirit. So he became an alcoholic, and he struggled for a long time. I'm happy to say that he's sober today and he's doing well, but he never recovered. from his childhood, undoubtedly. So I learned that you have to lead different people differently. Not everybody's the same, and you can't be the same type of leader for different types of members of your team. The second influence would have to be Jim Rohn. And he's the one that really taught me self-responsibility, in that everything in life, all your outcomes, all your results is 100% up to you. That, while it sounds tough, it was liberating because, see, I was always worried that I didn't come from the right family, and I didn't know the right people. I didn't go to the right schools, and I didn't have any natural innate talent, so to speak. So I thought that my options for what I could achieve were limited. But he said, no. You have 100% control over your destiny if you so choose. And so that was incredibly empowering. The other thing he taught me was personal development, and that you don't achieve anything, you grow into it. And he would challenge me often. If you want to reach the things on the high shelf in life that are out of your reach right now, you can if you stand on the books and the workshops and the training programs to grow into the kind of person who can reach those types of things. And so he's the one that sort of launched me on my vigorous, constant, never-ending pursuit for better every day. So that was definitely a big factor. And then the other was just a mindset that about you could take the same thing and spend the same money, but you can weave a completely different experience. That you can create a lifestyle out of doing the extraordinary with the same money and the same time and energy. To do something extraordinary. He said, if there's a scale of 1 to 10, what can you do to make it a 13? To make it fantastic, to make it amazing. And I'm always looking for what are those different things that I could do to make something extraordinary, to make it memorable. I mean, even when we send our bonuses to the A team, instead of just electronically depositing into their account like their regular payroll does, we print off a physical check and I sign the envelope to every one of those and we Federal Express it to their door. It's the same money, but it's a completely different experience when the whole family gets to see that the FedEx truck has arrived and this is the bonus that is going to fund their vacation, or those extra things that mom and dad promised if they would just support them in their hard work efforts. So that's another thing that I really learned from Jim. And he also taught me that you do more than the position that you're in, regardless of what the expectation of your role is. Do more. Make an investment in your future. Do more than you get paid for. So all those mindsets, all those philosophies really shaped the leader that I became.
All right, now you share who has influenced you the most as a leader, by example or by warning. And what did they teach you by that example or warning? Jot that down in your Darren Daily Journal and share with us in the comments below.